What's going on there? My name is Scott Schertzen. I am the jack of no trades and master of none. Alongside me right now is the sexiest Davion Bussey on this show, Mr. Davion Bussey. Mr. Robert Manning will be popping on forthwith if his message to me is accurate. Otherwise, he's a lying fibber. But we're going to find out basically if he's a fibbing fibber or he's actually going to be on in a minute. But anyway, this is Tales from the Film Set. Hope you guys are having yourselves a rocking Monday right now. It turns out that Rob Manning is not, in fact, a liar. He did show up as promised. So there we go. We have basically, like I said, I'm Scott Schertzen, the jack of no trades, master of none, the sexiest Davion Bussey on this show, Mr. Davion Bussey, and the man who puts the man in Manning, Mr. Robert Manning. So, that I just came up with on the fly. I'm actually very proud of myself for that last one. So, gentlemen, what the heck is going on with you people?
Rocking out my new Deadpool hoodie.
Yeah. Congrats.
No. You know.
Well, I watched Deadpool Wolverine for a second time last night.
Oh, you watched it a second time too?
Yeah. I almost did a review and sent it to Scott and I'm like, hey guys, you're not gonna believe what I'm seeing. Deadpool Wolverine.
Did it end? Was the ending different?
Oh my gosh, it was crazy. It was the same.
It was the same?
It was the same? What? So we didn't have a clue, a situation like Clue here?
Right. But I will say, it was nice seeing it a second time because there's jokes I didn't catch the first time and different references I didn't catch the first time. So it was nice hearing that again and catching the different jokes and stuff. So, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, we're going to be starting off by talking a little bit about that. We got some interesting little numbers about this, by the way. This movie right now, congratulations, just about congratulations, is going to be the highest grossing R-rated movie in all time. Which,
if it's not already.
It's right on the cusp right now.
Well, so, I meant like the numbers not updating from yesterday's sales.
Yeah, that I don't have. The last number that I had was 1029.
Okay.
1030 is the latest number that I have. So right now, if you look at all the numbers of where things stand, this is actually where we are at. So with Deadpool Wolverine, by the way, what I find really fascinating about this, now granted some of this is the fact that inflation's involved, but this is only the second R-rated movie to break $1 billion in history.
Yeah.
That's shocking. I mean, okay, granted, Matrix Reloaded was 2003, and just for inflation a little bit, Detective Chinatown was huge over in China. I remember one day that we were here for this thing. It was okay. It was like, all right, well, it's a day on set on a Sunday morning. But some of these movies, if you adjust for inflation, probably would break $1 billion. But in spite of that, I'm very surprised that there's only been 2 movies that have actually broken $1 billion ever.
And I thought it was interesting that it passed Passion of Christ. Yes, I understand Passion of Christ is number 10, but Passion of Christ in the U.S. held like the #1 title for box office, like for the U.S. And Marvel Jesus passed Passion of Christ. So a little irony there.
Marvel Jesus beats Jim Caviezel Jesus.
Yeah.
Which is funny because Jim Caviezel Jesus. Did you ever hear in Passion of the Christ the physical abuse that man took? Jim Caviezel took on that.
No.
He got struck by lightning for real. There was a scene in there where Jesus is being whipped, and the guy that was whipping missed the mark and actually hit him for real, and not like the padding that was designed to absorb it. This dude Jim Caviezel took abuse on that film.
Wow.
And then he did 5 seasons of Person of Interest, which was basically Batman.
There we go.
So, but my question to you gentlemen is, we are currently sitting at 1.03 billion. How high do you think this movie can go?
I would say about another month, this movie may make 1.2 billion.
Okay.
Are you kidding me?
By the second month, yeah. I'm not kidding.
It's going to get 1.2 billion by next weekend. Think about it. This is only the 3rd weekend it's came out and it hit $1 billion.
Yeah, you got a point. So I would say 1.5.
I really think my honest opinion is I can't tell you how high it's going to go, but I think it will pass. And I called this a while back. I think it will pass Inside Out 2. And I know that's a long stretch because Inside Out 2 did hit $1.5 billion. But with the success rate that this movie has, it all depends on how long they keep Deadpool Wolverine in theaters.
Yeah.
But, I went to a 7 o'clock Sunday showing yesterday, and there was still a bunch of people there in my theater to go see Deadpool Wolverine. I don't know. I think in about 5 weeks, this movie has the potential, once it hits the fifth week, to hit 1.5. But it may not. I don't know. But I think if it keeps going, the only thing, which I know it's fair, to be fair, once the movie comes out 2 weeks, then you can spoil, because like Ryan Reynolds has been spoiling the crap out of this movie.
But he's Ryan Reynolds, you can get away with it.
Right.
Yeah.
And there is the rule, once it hits 2 weeks, then you can talk spoilers, and that's shame on you for not seeing it in the first 2 weeks.
Exactly.
And so, like, Ryan Reynolds, and actually he just put the last cameo yesterday, or one of the other cameos, on his social media. So it's been interesting to see. And we were supposed to have freaking Ghost Rider.
Yeah. That was facts. We were supposed to have Nicolas Cage.
We were supposed to have Nicolas Cage. They didn't go too much details, but he put on a Facebook post or social media post, because he posts on all the social medias, that there was talks. He did talk to Nicolas Cage. It just didn't work out, but we almost got Nicolas Cage's Ghost Rider, which I would have loved to see a rated R version of Nicolas Cage's Ghost Rider.
Yeah, a more unhinged version of Nick Cage. Scraping at the door.
Something better than that second movie that we got. Ugh.
Listen, say what you want about Ghost Rider 2. Ghost Rider 2 was definitely a movie you could watch with your eyes.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it was a movie. You could watch it.
Yeah.
I would never watch it again.
That's okay. But you have the ability to watch it.
Watch it.
You have the ability to watch any movie.
Yeah, so there you go. But here's my question to you. Alien Romulus is coming out this week. Do you think that's going to hurt it a little bit?
I know I won't be seeing the Aliens movie, but I know that doesn't mean it's going to hurt the box office, but I'm just saying I'm not. My question is, why are we even getting this Aliens movie?
Because it's a prequel that need to be explained.
Is it a prequel, a sequel, an interquel? I mean, what kind of call are we looking at here?
We're looking at
between the first and second one, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, which, I mean, after all the Aliens we got, I don't know. I don't think it's really essential that we needed another Aliens.
Yeah, we did.
Especially a rated R version.
It's one of those things that Aliens is one of those franchises, like a lot of them, that is a safe bet. You know what you're going to get with it. You know the kind of horror aspect of it. Even if it is, like I said, in this case, an interquel. I mean, you have the movie. What's that?
Did we do Cash or Trash for Aliens?
We did not do Cash or Trash, no.
Oh, we did.
Because I was dealing with personal things that I may be touching on a little bit later on the show.
Oh.
So.
Wait, what month are we in?
We're in August.
Chris.
We did Cash or Trash for August, didn't we?
No.
I wasn't part of it.
Oh,
no.
Right.
No, I was dealing with some other issues going on at the time, which, like I said, I'll discuss later.
Never mind. Deadpool Wolverine got me. When did Deadpool Wolverine?
Right over there?
Never mind.
Okay? What are you drinking?
Yeah, I was going to say, what? Yeah, can we switch you to water, maybe?
Never mind.
Okay, there you go.
I'm getting confused because I think Deadpool Wolverine came out like the last weekend, so it's making me think that it was August, even though it was July.
Well, irrespective, it definitely came out this year.
Yeah.
There we go. So my thing is, like I said, in this case here, I have to wonder if Romulus is going to hurt this a little bit, because some of the more recent Aliens movies haven't been like brutal, and I think there's enough intrigue here that you might, there hasn't been a good horror, like in a sci-fi horror in a little while, I think.
Which this one will give it.
Yeah.
I saw the trailer. I had to close my eyes. I will not be watching that. Too much for me.
If I do, I'm probably going to go straight to theaters and watch it.
Well, the routine.
Go straight to theaters and watch it.
Yeah.
Listen, the routine. Give a review. But I don't know. I've had a thought in my head of like binging all the way through, chronologically speaking, from like the first Alien movie, which I I don't know if it's going to be Alien versus Predator or what, but I've thought about like going all the way through to like Alien Resurrection time-wise, timeline-wise.
Right.
But
now, question: do we count the Alien versus Predators, or do we count the Predators? Or
I don't know. I mean, here's the thing: as far as an Alien movie, technically they're canonically tied.
Yeah.
So in which case, I would have to probably do all the Predator movies, including that one that came out on Netflix or Hulu recently.
Right.
And the one with Danny Glover, which nobody remembers.
Arnold.
Well, okay. Here's what I want to point out about the Predator movie. Predator 2, Arnold turned that down. He had the option for Predator 2, but he opted not to do it, which is how we got Danny Glover, which nobody remembers that Danny Glover was in a Predator movie.
I do. That's a lie. I do.
Do you really? I mean, because it's one of those things that people it's such an afterthought.
It wasn't. It was good. It's just the beginning part kind of slowed it down because it didn't make sense. But everything else made sense.
Was there a reason why Arnold turned it down?
He didn't want to do a sequel. He was like, no.
Okay.
He wanted to actually. He turned out well. Commando 2 was also on the table. We turned that down, and that eventually became Die Hard.
And then later on, he was supposed to do a cameo in one of the later Predator films.
To find out whatever happened to Dutch after that.
Well, in the comic book or in the video games, Dutch do make an appearance. And he wound up, well, in one of the video games, he wound up being friends with the Predators.
He befriends the Predators?
Yeah, they kind of use him as like one of the people that trains him. Like that was the whole.
Well, he did beat their champion, so yeah, it'd be good training.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, go ahead. I cut you off.
No. But in the what you want in one of the Predator movies, I think when they're on the ship or something like that, when they got sent to the planet, he was supposed to make an appearance and send them back to Earth. That was Arnold Schwarzenegger's cameo, and he turned it down.
He's not really the cameo type.
But I wouldn't say that because he made a cameo in the first Expendables.
That's different, though. I mean, I get
different
because you know what it is. That was more of a teaser because it technically was a cameo with him and Bruce Willis. I'll give you that. But everybody knew if there was going to be a sequel, those roles were going to be expanded.
True. But, I mean, those still were cameos, and then he made a cameo in one of the sorry, actually, never mind. It wasn't technically Arnold because I used old footage, but I was going to say Arnold his character made a cameo in one of the Terminators. It was like that fourth or fifth one they did before they actually brought him.
Somebody interviewed that guy recently, that body double, and I think somebody had a story or two, with that guy. Who was that?
I don't know.
Yeah. So,
hi everyone, it was me.
Yeah. By the way, the guy that actually was the body double, Brett Azar.
Did you interview Tyler Mane?
No.
I pooched that. I thought in this case here, he showed a picture of something. Tyler Mane's like his step and repeat was in the back, so I misinterpreted. That was on my fault.
No. No, you're talking about the guy that I got to meet, the Iron Sheik.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you met Brett too? Where'd you meet Brett?
Remember? Yeah.
Yeah, Brett.
He was at Rhode Island Comic-Con.
Okay. Brett I've known for a while, originally from like Ridgewood Guild Film Festival.
He's somebody he's somebody to be on the show.
Yeah, I'll talk to him about that. So
yeah. And he's really cool. So
yeah. No, we had an auto. I was my Comic-Con grandma was looking for me, and they didn't know where I was, and security came, and he's like, "You better go before your grandma terminates you."
It's funny with Brett because I remember him from doing like independent films and such, and eventually he landed a commercial alongside Ryan Reynolds for Toon Blast, which kind of nobody remembers. It was a commercial where Ryan Reynolds is blowing it off, said basically use my body double, Sergey, this long-haired, really jacked dude. That was Brett. So this commercial for Toon Blast is where he sort of got his start from.
Are you sure we're talking about the same Arnold movie that I'm thinking of? It was the one that they used basically computer generation, and they only showed For quick
Genesis and Dark Fate were the two that Brett did.
Yeah.
Okay. It's the one before Genesis.
Dark.
It was
Salvation.
Yeah.
Salvation was the one before Genesis. That was the one with Christian Bale.
Show because it's bothering me. It's the one that it wasn't a good storyline, and they showed Arnold for a second, but it wasn't Arnold. It was a computer generated.
Yeah, no, that was Salvation. I think he didn't really make an appearance in that one so much as
Is that
just
the one about where Kyle Reese goes bad?
No, that's Genesis. Oh no, Kyle Reese. No, Kyle Reese was he never went bad. John Connor went bad in Genesis. Spoilers.
Yeah.
Yeah, spoilers.
Well, the movie been out for a while, so it's like, come on.
Yeah.
Like Mufasa dies in Lion King.
What? So.
Hakuna Matata?
Yeah, exactly. Ernie Sabella, the naked guy from that one episode of Seinfeld. But no, I mean, I think as far as, like I said, Brett goes, like I said, he and I go back a bunch of years, so it's nice that, I mean, Rob, I forgot that you had interviewed him, but I know Davion just did.
Well, no, I didn't interview him.
Okay.
I just met him because we didn't have press for Rhode Island.
Okay. We'll have to work on that. I got you Chicago this weekend, though.
Yeah,
William Shatner, Mark Hamill, Hayden Christensen.
We're not going to get to interview any of those, but that's okay.
We'll see what we can do. Do the best you can. We'll figure the rest out as we go.
Yeah.
And by the way, Day, I'm really serious.
I'm hoping we get the Wolverine. That's one I'm going to be aiming for.
Cool.
The Wolverine. Cal Dodds.
All right. If you get Cal, basically we'll talk about you and I have to talk about that later this week anyway.
Yeah, we have to talk anyway.
And Cal, I need to talk to him because we have a mutual connection.
Yeah.
A guy named Miguel that I've known for a bunch of years. I think you guys know Miguel Figueroa from Toy Quest 101.
But Cal Dodds, he I think I gave you his contact information once.
Disney and Marvel are very protective of some of the old school cast.
No, I know.
So, we got Guy, who was the voice of Sunspot, because he was not part of the original crew. So it's a little different on that one. Actually, I should reach out to Guy again and see what he's up to. But
you would have got the guy from The Walking Dead that played Red Skull.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Aaron.
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, he forgot and he left. So,
to be honest, that happened. Same thing happened to me. We were supposed to interview him at Oklahoma City, and didn't get it because he already left. But same thing. But we'll get him one of these days.
It's okay. But just the same.
I know you're watching. We'll find. No, I'm just kidding.
We'll figure it out. But like I said, we'll talk about that probably tomorrow or Wednesday.
Yeah,
I think.
I'm off the rest of. I took off the rest of the week.
Congratulations! You actually have days off.
Yeah, I don't have to work 18 hours in a 27-hour day.
There you go. So, all right.
What's next?
All right. Can I point something out? I want to shift gears a little bit to just. So most of you guys know this already, but my wife's mother passed away from pancreatic cancer about 2 weeks ago. This is a little bit of a gear shift, but today was actually my first day back at the New York City Football Club, the team that I've been covering for 4 years. Mm-hmm. They got that for my wife today.
That was wow.
I was there today, which is actually So like I said, this thing right here, like I said, this is orchids that they got. Whoop, turn that back down again. And I thought I was so absolutely 100% unprepared for this that I don't know what to say about that.
That shows you that they care.
Yeah. Dude, I thought it was such a cool thing that they did this, and I just wanted to point it out real quick, because she wasn't ready for it. I'm driving back to the house with like the seatbelt on, and I got one hand like this. So I'm sitting there, I'm trying to walk basically back into the house and be like, please don't drop this, please don't drop this, please don't drop this. So
your wife wasn't there when they gave you those.
No, I drove it back to the house. Yeah, I was up at the training facility, and then when I was almost on my way out, they're like, 1 sec, we got, can we see you in the office? And I literally was like, I feel like I'm being pulled into the principal's office here. And
right, like, I'm being fired.
Dude, I wasn't sure what I was walking into. This was the last thing I was expecting right here. So massive props to the club for doing this for Robin. I thought it was awesome.
Hey,
Right.
meet me in the office. I hate when people say that.
Dude, I know, man. You know, so like I said, real quick, I just wanted to give a shout out on that. You know, I
And
thought that
thank
was
you guys. You didn't have to, but on
Yeah.
behalf of Scott, White, everybody, we
Dave.
appreciate you so much.
Oh, we're in a gloomy mood. I mean, that was good too. But speaking of death, we also had somebody pass away today of cancer too.
Yeah.
I guess we're going. Gee, what are we talking about next? I wonder.
The original voice of Misty and Jesse passed away today at the age of, I think, 46 due to cancer. Very sad. I actually got to meet her at the Lexington convention that we did press for. We didn't get to interview her. She wasn't doing no press or anything. But we did get to meet her, and very sad.
Do you know what kind of cancer it was?
No, because I've been working all day. I just
well, I will say it was posted on Wikipedia.
All right.
So I'm gonna go right to it.
Stage 4 breast cancer. Oh, no, maybe not. Yeah, she diagnosed breast cancer in May. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Wait, she got breast cancer in May?
No. Yeah.
She was diagnosed in May. That could be right.
Wow. Because we met.
4 months can do it.
Here.
And ladies and gentlemen, just to let y'all know, whatever is being told, we're getting the information from Wikipedia or any other social media or news articles. And whoever spills the beans out, please don't take it saying that we got it from them.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And we really, for her family and friends, our condolences. This is a tough road. My mom, breast cancer survivor. It is a tough road, ladies and gentlemen. It's a tough road. It doesn't just affect the person that has the cancer. It also affects families as well. The people that's a part of their circle, the part of their life. It does have a mental aspect to it. It's a lot to deal with.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I go to the breast cancer walks. You know, it's a tough road, and it's something that they need to find a cure to, like that, and others as well, other cancers as well. My grandfather passed from pancreatic cancer.
That's a bitch, man.
Just
watch that one.
People that have skin cancer, you got different forms. There's one where I was shocked that they got brain cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stage 5 actually is what they call brain, when it hits the brain, spreads in there.
Yeah. So just to let everybody know, please support the cancer associations and all of them and show your support, because it can happen to anybody, even men. Men can have breast cancer. So, yeah.
Yeah. But not just Pokemon, but also she was the voice of Martina on Slayers, starting originally with Slayers next. I know that series. I've always been a big fan of it. But also she did work on Berserk, Ray Earth, Magic Knight Ray Earth, Agent Ica, Revolutionary Girl Utena. She was the voice of Utena, actually, in the movie. Mm-hmm. So there's a long voice acting, credit, resume here. I mean, obviously she's most known for Misty and obviously Jigglypuff too, because you can't have Jigglypuff without the song.
And Jesse.
Jigglypuff. Does that a little too well. I'm scared. I may fall asleep as per the rules on this.
Exactly.
By the way, can I point out? I'm going to go off on a small little left field tangent. Back during when Batman was on Kids WB, when they switched it from Fox to and by this point Tim Drake was in there. They used to do these cut bits where they would have promos for various shows and whatnot. And there was one in there where I'll see if I can find it, but it had Batman, Kevin Conroy, singing the Jigglypuff theme to Tim Drake before Tim Drake fell asleep. And he's sitting there going, Jigglypuff. I will see if I can find it. I will see if I can send it to you.
Yeah, we need to post that on our page and see how many views.
I'm going to say this. I had a habit, even at the age of, in my teens,
Okay.
You know how women have this cellular jiggle on it? like a mom or a grandma, and they'd be like, it'd be so flabby. So I would literally sing the Jigglypuff while messing with it.
All right, let me see if I can do this. I may have to occasionally stop this.
But a deal's a deal.
No way.
You promised.
Let me just pause it so YouTube doesn't flag this.
Jigglypuff, Jigglypuff. All right, good night.
Show, right? Somebody just dubbed that.
It actually was the commercial for Kids WB. Maybe it wasn't Kevin Conroy on that, but I remember the actual commercial when it aired.
Because that did not sound like Kevin Conroy.
It may not have been, but yeah, like you can see, it's actually definitely
actual commercial.
Yeah, for Pokemon, but they would tie these things over occasionally. And I remember that's what part of it made the '90s great. That's why cartoons were so good back then, man.
Speaking of the WB, which is funny that you mentioned it too, is the voice actor Jim Cummings was the person that did all the announcements, like coming up next, Pokemon. That was Jim Cummings.
Well, this hurts my heart that a lot of people don't realize it, but you know who else did a lot of those too? Don LaFontaine.
Yeah.
The movie trilogy.
So it's funny you mention that. A lot of that name, Jim Cummings ends up doing a lot of things that person originally did because he was able to do a spot-on impression.
Jim Cummings' voice has always been very wide-ranged.
Yes.
Between Pooh to, like I said, going back to Dallas back in 1990.
Or Leatherhead.
Don Carnage.
Yeah. Or Leatherhead.
Yeah.
And the Turtles.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, there's such a wide range there. Darkwing Duck, obviously. But it's funny.
Duck, Pete.
Except basically in Darkwing Duck, he only did one episode of the reboot. And then they farmed it out to someone else who probably wasn't going to charge Jim Cummings rates to do it.
Wait, when did the reboot come out?
The DuckTales TV show.
Oh, okay. Because there's in talks of bringing Darkwing back, and yeah,
there was some talk about that. By the way, I'm going to talk about the Hollywood Star, and actually it's a slight jip on that in some ways, but there was talk that they were going to do a Darkwing Duck TV show, and it just never transpired. But in this case, the first episode with Darkwing Duck, it was Jim Cummings, and boy, it sounded exactly the same, and it was glorious. And after that, they farmed it out to someone else. It just didn't have the same magic. Probably someone with lower rates.
They almost did that with the Christopher Robin movie that came out, the live action one that they
the Ewan McGregor one.
Yes. So Jim came back as Pooh, but you also had Tigger there, but they went ahead and hired a different Tigger. They went ahead and it wasn't originally Jim, and even though you had Tigger there, they went ahead and went to a screening where like 70% of it was done. You know how they'll show like a pre-screening of it? Sure. After that, Jim got a call about an hour later and said, hey, so can you come back as Tigger? And and he had to redub all the lines and stuff, but that's why we actually had Jim Cummings as Tigger, because they're like, yeah. Which I'm surprised they didn't get Peter Cullen to come back as Eeyore, because Peter Cullen's been Eeyore since the 80s.
Now, according to IMDb, he shows up as Tigger on there, which makes sense. But then it also says Reader Tigger, Oliver Llewellyn Jenkins. So I wonder if he was the original voice that they had in the first place.
That whoever you're saying could have been the celebrity, yeah.
The first voice that just didn't work out.
Yes. Maybe they felt like they had to give him credit because they already spend money.
Possibly. I mean, Jim Cummings, like I said, in this case, it was probably very easy. A guy like him, high-level voice actors, they have the space already in the basement. And they probably use Source Connect, so they can literally record all the dialogue, probably not even an hour, just like this.
Oh, yeah.
They'll do the equivalent of Source Connect is basically the equivalent of Zoom, where the other side can record everything. And if you're in the proper booth there, that basically everything, the sound is muffled properly. You have everything on top, the echo cancellation. Yeah, you could just sit there, just bang it out in probably half an hour, 40 minutes, because it's not even that much dialogue.
And what's cool, also speaking of Pooh and speaking of Jim Cummings and all that, Pooh became so popular that Prince Charles or whatever had Winnie the Pooh. Jim Cummings had to do a voice thing where Pooh was introducing the prince into on the coronation day.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll have to see if I can find that.
You can probably look up Winnie the Pooh and probably the Prince Charles or whatever.
Hugh Bonneville, Miss Piggy, and Kermit at King Charles' coronation. That was last year. All right, I'll see if I can find that. But But
anyways, yeah, he talked. Oh, Baba. Yeah.
But you know what? Here's the one thing. The Winnie the Pooh, weirdly enough, that I remember the most, isn't really from the cartoons. It's from Kingdom Hearts, because it was just a simple little side quest there, completely unnecessary. But it was just something nice about just going in this 100-acre woods and taking a break from the storyline and just like listening to like all the Winnie the Pooh characters, and then going back and having to fight the Heartless.
And that was still Jim Cummings.
Yes, it was. Oh yeah, dude. The voice cast that they got for that was almost perfect all the way through.
Oh yeah.
The Pirates of the Caribbean was actually supposed to be Orlando Bloom and Johnny Depp and Jeffrey Rush and all this kind of stuff, but there was a scheduling conflict apparently, which is why they couldn't do it. With Toy Story, it was not Tom Hanks, it was his brother Jim, who often does ADR work.
Yeah. So
Jim Hanks will a lot of times do pickups on a lot of other stuff.
For Captain Jack Sparrow, if I'm not mistaken, that was the guy that did Johnny Test. That's Obi-Wan Kenobi. I think that's
James Arnold Taylor.
Yeah, if I'm not
mistaken.
I could be 100% wrong, so don't quote me on that. But
eventually I'm going to go through every single one of these too.
But yes, the Kingdom Hearts, wonderful game. And what's funny is, so there's a podcast that Jim Cummings does, and I've been like binge listening to all the episodes. And it's kind of ironic, it's good that we are, but it's ironic. We're in a video game strike right now.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
And back in an episode of last year, Jim Cummings interviewed the voice of, you're quoted, I know.
Canceled.
Got to do a thing with Bill Farmer, and at the end of the video, and this is last year, they said, they were talking about the Kingdom Hearts game and talking about how you don't get residuals based on the video games like you do as an actor stuff. And he said that would be a strike worth fighting for. And then now we're in a video game strike, which I think.
Here's the problem with the video game aspect of back in the early 90s, in the early onset era of, CD games and voice work and things like that. You used to get some, a lot of times local in-house talent. Working Designs, which had some great games for Sega CD and Sega Saturn. They use their own in-house people. In Japan, they use their own voice work. But when it came to things like, there was never any big names for this. Even when East was done, I mean, you had Alan Oppenheimer and Jim Cummings, Thomas Hayden Church, well before anybody knew who any of this stuff was. But nowadays, it's so mainstream to get like such high-level people to do stuff that it kind of loses a little bit of its magic in my mind. But also at the same time, they're wanting residuals because of what they're used to getting anyway. Well,
but they should get residuals anyways. I mean, if you're in a movie, it shouldn't be any different than a video game. I mean, if you're
listen, it's a budgetary thing.
I know.
I mean, here's the thing. A lot of video games out there, and Dale will probably back me up on this because I think he's tied to some of the stuff. There's a lot, some of these games have like 50, 100, 150 million dollar budgets, dude. And then they bomb anyway, and they just don't make any money. But
or you got like the Kingdom Hearts franchise that have done phenomenal.
The third game was a little more lukewarm, though. I found
it was enough where we're getting a fourth.
Oh yeah, but I mean, it's been over 20 years since the first one, and almost 20 years since Kingdom Hearts 2. It was 2006. But
yeah, which I like how. Hi, Day.
Hi, Day.
Hi. I'm listening to y'all.
He's doing his homework.
That too.
Yeah.
Who voiced Captain Jack Sparrow?
It was. I just looked it up. James Arnold Taylor.
Yes.
Yeah. AKA Obi-Wan.
I thought I remembered that because I met him at the convention, at one of our conventions I've been to, and I could have swore I was looking at all his characters, and he mentioned the Captain Jack Sparrow thing, and that's where that dawned.
Yeah, good call. Good call. Yeah, his career is long.
Oh yeah.
I gotta wonder what's this. I'm curious. I'm just gonna scroll it down. Scrolling. Try to reach the end. Okay.
He's also the voice of Ratchet from Ratchet and Clank.
Well, I'm looking at like basically up the very back. He's got Psychic Force, Emit, Monkey Island 2 in 1991. Nadia's Secret of the Blue Water. Motion. That had a 4.1. Why did they have 4.1? Yes, right. That's right. He had one of his first ones was Final Fantasy X because he was the voice of Tidus. He was the main character on that. So the hilariously bad fake laugh that occurred in Final Fantasy X, which is almost meme worthy. Yeah, that was future Obi-Wan Kenobi.
When was that?
2001. I had that one too.
Wait, 2001 was his first time as a voice actor?
No, he had some stuff earlier.
Oh, okay.
But it was one of. I'm looking at this like Nadia's Secret of the. He played. He voiced Red Noah. The remake of Nausicaa Valley of the Wind. He was Muzu. But Psychic Force, Get a Robo Armageddon, Dungeon Keeper 2, and yeah.
You did mention Chicago Fan Expo earlier, and we are excited about this weekend. And that's one of the reasons why I mentioned Jim Cummings, because he'll be there this weekend. And we're very excited to see him because I bought him a gift, which is a joke, which I'm excited to give it to him. So we'll see how that goes.
And Rob,
so, what?
If Wesley Snipes actually be at your convention?
Wesley Snipes will never be at a convention.
Never say never.
No. Wesley Snipes is too big of a name. I know.
No, I got 2.
Yeah.
That one and that one.
That's not signed, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, trust me, I know. But I have that Static Shock back there signed.
By who? Really? Really? Really?
Those stats.
That was James Arnold Taylor in his most voice defining role. By the way, fun fact: the voice of one of the other voices on there was also Bender from.
John DiMaggio.
Yeah, John DiMaggio.
I forget the character's name because Final Fantasy X to me was mostly forgettable. But the blitzball player, whatever his name was, Waka. Waka was actually voiced by James Arnold, or I'm sorry, John DiMaggio, and you could hear like Bender in there too. You'd hear a little flavor of Bender in that voice. It was great.
That's what I liked about the Kingdom Hearts series, how they mixed the Final Fantasy with it.
Oh my god, that was so. Kingdom Hearts 2 was probably the most enjoyable game I've ever played in 40 years of video game playing, at least.
Yeah,
I started playing video games in 1979, so however the math works out on that.
I didn't like
45 years
because you couldn't skip the scenes.
Oh.
And not talking like you could not skip the scenes. You'd have to watch it through, even if you beat the game.
Yeah.
With Hearts, if you kept playing the game over and over, the second one, you could skip the scenes whenever you want.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Sorry, no, you're good.
Please. I've been cutting you guys off way too often. Please.
No.
The second game is one of the best, and I love that game. Me and my mom played it all the time.
Your mom has a great relationship.
Yeah.
My mom don't play video games with me.
And she wanted to strangle me a couple times because the thing that was annoying about Kingdom Hearts 2, and this is some of the other games too, is I would go to save my game and I accidentally saved it over her game, so therefore it automatically deletes her game.
How old were you then? Like 7?
When the second one came out, because I was old enough, because I'm old enough to say I had a PlayStation and then upgraded to a PlayStation 2.
Okay.
And I got the PlayStation 2, and I went and bought the Kingdom Hearts 2 game for $50 or whatever. Or actually, I think I got it as a Christmas gift. But yeah, I was probably 7. I know you're probably gonna show us your old game.
Tell me what this is, gentlemen.
It says a
A
Sinclair.
Sinclair ZX8i
81.
81.
This, by the way, was how I got on the internet back in 1981. Or 1980, actually.
Wait, you could get on the internet with that?
Yes, you
Yeah.
can. Yep. It was expandable to 16K of memory. The internet was nothing like it is now. It was all text-based. As a kid, I remember one of my favorite sites was a site called the Great White North, because it had all these jokes on there that I would learn.
I thought the internet wasn't born until like 98.
The modern internet, yes.
Oh,
But the original, I mean, Usenet and BBS and things like that, that's been around since the 60s. The internet was originally created as a way of the East Coast and the West Coast to be able to communicate in times of war. So yeah, in this case, I was gonna say Kyle probably recognizes, the Sinclair. Also because of the fact there's a reference to this in the first episode of the IT Crowd. But yeah, I got a couple of the games back there and everything like that. I got games for the RCA. I got a bunch of crap back here. Oh God, I love it. I love being older than the rest of you kids. But yeah, so I have no idea how I got in that direction. Please help me.
we were talking about. I was talking about PlayStation 2, and then that's
you're like, I'm old enough to remember PlayStation 1.
Yeah. See, you wasn't around when they had Panasonic 3DO, Sega Genesis, the classic.
The bottom to down goes.
You're slow.
Yeah.
What?
Eventually, by the way, Rob, eventually it's going to be like, I remember PlayStation 1. Okay, Grandpa, it's coming back inside now. We're on like PlayStation 19.
Yeah.
It just embeds into your eyeball.
I am proud to say that, I'm part of the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 era. Because I played Rugrats Go to Paris a million times.
No, my games were Bloody War.
Well,
Street Fighter.
That makes sense, Dave.
Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I played games
Killer
like
Instinct.
Violent. I played the good games.
Ooh.
Arts 2.
Dude, I got ET over there, okay? I literally know Howard Scott Warshaw.
That's the best game, and I have that game.
No. No, the best game was Comic Zone for Sega Genesis.
Yes. Okay, nice.
I want to play some ET.
Hey, listen, I know Howard Scott Warshaw, the guy who created that in Raiders. We've emailed back and forth. He's a therapist now in California.
Wait, who?
Howard Scott Warshaw, the guy that created E.T. And Raiders of the Lost Ark and some of the early like Atari games. Yeah, he's a California licensed therapist now.
Oh, wow.
That'd be cool.
Nice guy. Yeah, he's a really cool guy. So,
well,
I considered actually bringing him on to basically kind of like study underneath him, but everything like that. But
bring him in and see how I can send off my video game to get signed.
I'll drop him an email. It's fine. Yeah, I literally, like I said, I got his email, so it's publicly available. You look it up, you find it. It's not that hard. But anyway, so like I said, in this case here, we're going to wax this. We're going to go from waxing nostalgic in one area to waxing nostalgic in another. And I'm going to give you guys a quiz on something. I want to see if you guys can figure this one out. And this is going to be open up to anybody here who wants to give this thing a whirl. 1080 snowboarding. It's skate or die. There you go. Okay. So this was a movie that came out in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Today is the anniversary of its release date. It starred a future future Academy Award winner, and also someone who at this point had already gotten a Best Supporting Actor nomination, not a win.
Patrick
Swayze. It is mostly a trivia-based movie and often forgot about in a much greater franchise. Do you know what this movie was that came out today in 1994? And I'll give you another hint if you need.
Need another hint.
Okay. It also starred in there as the villain, big surprise, the villain from Total Recall, and pretty much he was also in Starship Troopers. The villain was
Casper Van Dam.
Yes. No. I know who you're talking about. I got his.
You are that he was in that movie with he was in the Starship Trooper movie with Casper Van Dien. Yes. No, it is not Mortal Kombat.
No, I know who you're talking about.
He was the villain in this movie, though. He wasn't the main lead or the supporting actor. It also had a scene in there with Buddhist monks bowling.
A trivia?
Oh! Surf Ninjas?
Nope.
No.
The movie was an absolute bomb at the box office also.
Oh, Lethal Weapon 3.
Swing and a miss.
Or
no.
That was 1990. That was 1991, and that was a good movie. That was the best of the four,
No,
I think.
the other the Eddie Murphy movie.
Nope.
No, not the. What am I thinking of? The one that just had a fourth one. Beverly Hills Cop
No.
3.
Nope.
No, what got me is Buddhist.
That was 1994 also, to be fair.
And you said it bombed at box office.
Hardcore.
You said it was Buddhist, like Buddhist monks playing bowling?
Was a scene in this movie, yes.
I know the movie you're talking about, but I can't think of the title.
I think it's a franchise movie.
I'm going to give you the box office numbers of all four of the movies here. The first one made 130.8. The second one made 130 million. The third one made 38.9, and then this one made $15.8 million.
So it's the fourth.
And it's a franchise.
It's part of the franchise. It has yet to be referenced in the sequel TV series, which is currently running in its final season.
It's not Police Academy.
Nope.
No. Has a TV show?
I'm not putting the comment up, but Kyle did get it.
Don't look, Day.
I'm not looking. Oh, God. I give up. I really don't like giving up, but hey, that Buddhist monk.
I'll give you one more. It starred a future $1 million baby. Try to believe when the going gets tough, you gotta hang tough to make it. History repeats itself. Try and you'll succeed. Never doubt that you're the one, and you can have your dream. You're the best around.
Rocky.
No, it's not Rocky.
Although that song was actually supposed to be used for Rocky 3, but no.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, just
all right.
That was a stupid answer.
Wait. Beverly Hills Ninja.
Nope. Should I give you one more hint, or should I just give it to you?
Got one more
hint.
Okay. Oh boy, I gotta find something here. Okay. It was a spin-off where the first three movies ended with a guy who ended up having his own in the sequel TV series. He ended up having a car dealership where they chopped down prices.
This ain't Karate Kid.
You're close.
Is it Karate Kid?
You're close.
The next, no, another Karate Kid.
The one that basically no one remembers, and as near as I'm aware, was never actually released on DVD in its own set. It was released as a 2-pack with Karate Kid 3.
So, okay. Wow, that threw me up. She's supposed to be making an appearance in this season.
She might, but she hasn't yet. And rumors were speculating the whole way. Now, canonically speaking, she was at Mr. Miyagi's funeral in the storyline.
Yeah.
So she might make a cameo in some regard in this case. But yes, the next Karate Kid was released today in 1994, 30 years ago today. It was hilariously panned because honestly, it was not a good movie.
I like it.
They moved, it was okay. I mean, here's the thing. The storyline moved to Boston in this particular case.
It threw me off when you consider this the fourth, because I don't really consider this part of it's part of the franchise, but I considered it its own spin-off movie.
It is, but it's also Pat Morita. It also makes references to this. And also the tagline in the movie when it was released was this Karate Kid is a girl.
Yeah.
It also had Michael, like I said, it also had Michael Ironside as your villain, because they had a military kids group in high school called like Alpha Squad, where it
Yeah.
was like this military commando unit at a high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, that movie was released today. It made $15.8 million.
That kills me that the hint was the TV show. My brain definitely was not.
It's okay. I said, I thought the TV show, I thought that was going to be what was going to get you. Because then it's like, okay, what movie became a TV show? It's in its final season.
Well, that's what I was like, what's it? And my brain wasn't thinking streaming. My brain's like, what's actually on TV stuff?
I didn't even know they had a Karate Kid TV show.
You haven't watched Cobra
They had the
Kai?
cartoon.
No, not Cobra. No, not Cobra Kai.
No, the cartoon series with Saki and the idol.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. Karate Kid.
You sure you're talking about Cobra Kai?
I used to watch that because that show was on right after Captain N the Game Master, and when Captain N was in its first season. So you had Captain N, and then you had Karate Kid right after that.
Hey, I was slow on that one.
That's okay. You're both kids in this case, but yeah. So like I said, today TV history. The next Karate Kid.
Gave me the hint. Hey Rob, you've met most of the cast.
I guess you have. I mean,
because I've met Daniel LaRusso, I've met Johnny Lawrence, I've met Kreese, and then from the Cobra Kai show, I've met Peyton List, I met Miguel, I met Hawks, I met the sensei guy, the fatter guy. I'm not the one that gets the crap beaten out of him because he wanted to be part of Cobra Kai.
Oh yeah, Paul Michael Hauser or something.
Yeah.
But
I met Ironside.
Stingray.
Yeah.
Well, I think Michael
Metropolis.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's where it was. Okay.
And I didn't know he was in Total Recall. He was the main villain.
He was the guy that got his arms cut off. Basically, with the elevator shaft. If you remember, towards the end.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna play that because YouTube's gonna catch that one. But
Michael Ironside was in Smallville.
I believe it.
Yeah.
I remember Michael Ironside when he had hair.
Yeah.
And there's a TV show called V from 1984 and 85. He was on V with Mark Singer. So
are we talking about the V with England?
Yes, Freddie Krueger, Robert Englund was in that too.
Yeah. I have a V #1 comic signed by Freddie.
As a kid, I loved that series. I thought it was really good.
You
know, I even like the sequel series, the one with Elizabeth Mitchell. And
the 2007 series.
Yeah, it was Elizabeth Mitchell. Morris Chestnut, I think, was in that too. But it only lasted 2 seasons and then ended on a cliffhanger. I'm like, shit.
And then didn't they do a series after that one too?
They did 2 seasons of that and then it died.
I thought they did a newer one that was like 2013, 2018 or something like that.
I'll look into that. Because like I said, if they did some sequel series work, some sequel series don't.
Yeah.
Battlestar Galactica was nice. Growing up on the original series, the sequel was better.
You know one thing that wasn't good? The MacGyver show.
Oh, the remake? Yeah, that's right. There was a remake.
Right, yeah.
Totally Quantum Leap that was pretty bad. The reboot too.
I got to meet the original MacGyver, and we talked about how crappy the new MacGyver was at the time.
Yeah,
don't get me.
That was what, Richard Dean Anderson?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't get me started. Yeah, don't get me started about House Party.
Don't know what that is.
Before his time.
Yeah, it's before your time. Kid and Play.
Yeah.
I'm young.
Rob, I'm just going to throw this out there. Do you realize, do you understand the John Witherspoon line? And Dan, I know you do. It's like, why is it every time I'm in the kitchen, you in the kitchen?
You in the kitchen.
Yep. In the goddamn refrigerator. Eating up
all the hog maws, all the chickens, all the cows.
God, that is my favorite John Witherspoon, man.
Yeah, that is like the famous line. And every time I at work,
dogs, I got a kiss.
Every time I get him dog, I choke him. And then I beat him in his butt like bang, bang, bang.
Oh God, I gotta go back. I gotta go back and watch the Friday movies again. I swear to God. This, like I said, this is why the 90s were like my favorite era.
Yeah.
Because it was like,
really, Rob? Rob, really? Rob.
Day.
You gotta watch Friday, bro.
Oh no, that's why. No, thank you.
Yes.
No.
Why?
Yeah.
Why you don't like Ice Cube and Chris
I
Tucker?
like Ice Cube and Are You There Yet? But no, I don't want to watch Friday.
Trust me. No,
But I will
not.
say is
How about Saturday the 14th? You want to watch Saturday the 14th?
Huh?
How about Friday the 13th? Instead of writing Friday, write Friday the 13th.
I've seen Friday the 13th. I don't mind.
But what's the problem? Wait, what's the problem with Friday?
I'm actually worried where this conversation is going to go. I literally am.
That's in the movie, and it's a stupid comedy.
How? Okay. You're trying to say it's a stupid comedy. Have you watched Friday?
I've seen clips to know.
No.
Rob has the case of the Mondays. No, I don't have the case of the Mondays. Leave me alone.
Yeah, you have to watch Friday. Please.
I will never watch Friday in my life.
Why?
I'll never watch Game of Thrones. There are things that I will
That's
never
okay.
watch.
Okay.
I've never really seen Game of Thrones either or Breaking Bad, and I don't care.
And I will never watch Supernatural.
My buddy Rich will kill you because basically he is obsessed with that show because he's hardcore crushing on like some of the cast on that.
Well, I told him all the people I've met. I met Castile from that show.
I believe he's crushed on a few of those. So,
But,
I mean, listen, those people are very man pretty. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
You know,
But
better
just,
look at my eyes.
Rob, one thing, Rob. Sorry. Please do not let Ice Cube know you never watched Friday.
Oh, I'll tell him in his face. I'll say, hey, by the way, I've never seen you Friday, but I love you, and Are You There Yet?
That's it.
Yeah.
It's all about time.
But you got to watch Friday.
No, thank you. Actually, yeah, no.
Ice Cube rice tea, you know.
Ice Cube going to put you on ice.
Actually, yeah, this reminds me. Did you guys know that MC Hammer had a reality show at one point?
Yeah.
I remember watching the commercial for it. It was like, Hammer's going to nail this. And I was just like, oh my God, this is not going to last. And it didn't. It was like 2009. You know, it's like,
No.
They're better off having Eminem.
We didn't grow up on the same thing. I don't care for stupid comedies and there are comedies.
It's not a stupid comedy.
Stupid comedy.
No, it's not.
I'm Scott. That's Day.
It's not Tales from the Film Set. No, I'm just kidding. No, there are great movies, and that's just not one I'm going to see. So,
all
right.
Hashtag Rob's canceled.
I am excited. My inner Disney nerd is going to be showing this weekend because I'm the young one in this group, and I grew up with the Disney stuff. So I'm excited. We're meeting Cole Sprouse this weekend.
Kid from Big Daddy, yes.
Yeah.
Well, Big Daddy, 5 Feet Apart, Jughead Jones in Riverdale, and he's known from Sweet Life and Zack and Cody.
But are you going to watch things like Camp Rock or Radio Rebel or any of those?
I grew up with those. But what does Camp Rock have to do with Cole Sprouse?
Okay, nothing really, but I've started actually. There's a YouTuber by the name of Alex Myers. I've really gotten into where he just basically through animation he deep dives a lot of the Disney and Netflix stuff like Tall Girl, you know, Camp Rock, and all of these things. And it's and it started out originally with Twilight, and I've actually learned a great deal about like the era from like what was it, High School Musical all the way to now with like all of the Disney Jonas Brothers / Selena Gomez, all those series.
Speaking of High School Musical, this weekend I'm meeting both Chad and Ryan from High School Musical, Corbin Blue, and I don't know what Ryan's name is. It's like Lucas. Anyways, it's a hard name to pronounce for me, but I'm excited to meet both of them. I already met Chad at Planet Comic-Con. Wonderful guy, so I'm excited to meet both of them. So my inner Disney nerd is showing.
Nice.
And Jim is Disney. I mean, I really, really want the Kitty Pryde to be Tom Holland's.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Although I thought Kitty Pryde was tied to Colossus.
Yeah, she is.
What they're saying is they would like Zendaya. Or wait. Oh, you want Kitty Pryde to be Tom? Did that ever happen in the comics?
No.
Possibly.
Maybe, but I say no.
Huh? Oh, sorry. Kitty Pryde with Spidey. I don't know if that ever happened in the comics.
I don't know. Listen, when push comes to shove, add a multiverse into it. There you go.
Yeah.
Problem
Right.
solved.
Right.
When in doubt, multiverse. Listen, there's probably a multiverse out there which has like, I don't know, Gambit and Spider-Man together.
No.
Probably.
No.
Or Rule 34 of the internet if it has to.
Your dog bark. He approved.
My dog said no, thank you.
No, he approved. No, he's yelling. I approve.
Oh, he went, no.
You don't want Channing Tatum and Tom Holland or Channing Tatum and Tobey Maguire? Okay.
No.
All right.
But
Channing Tatum's mine. No one else's.
But I will say,
God, those lines. Oh my God, those lines in that movie. Oh my God. As Gambit. Oh my God.
speaking of Blade from earlier, if anybody can do it, I think Ryan Reynolds gonna get it. Where Ryan Reynolds has been tweeting saying he wants a, like how they did with Logan, a send off for Blade's character, and I want that.
Listen.
Oh wow.
Yeah, interesting. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Anti-Idiotic. I appreciate that. That actually is a huge help because, like I said, there's at this point it's so hard to keep track of it all. The only way you can really keep track of this stuff is like through Wikipedia or some kind of a wiki, Marvel wiki or something like that, to find out how many deep dives you've got. Because you got him with like maybe something like Felicia Hardy or obviously MJ or Gwen Stacy, or you get like Wolverine alongside Jean Grey or Storm or whoever. But it's interesting. Oh, that's interesting. I had no idea. Because like I said, I always saw Kitty Pryde tied to Colossus. Pietro.
Yeah.
So, the more you know. So interesting.
Yeah.
But,
So, do you have any other topics to talk about tonight?
Nah.
Oh, wait, yeah.
Yeah, what's up?
Also, we had another passing, ladies and gentlemen. Angels Salazar. He used to be in a lot of films, especially Scarface. He was a well-known.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Did he just pass, or was this?
Yeah,
he just passed.
Like right now?
No,
today though.
Today.
Yeah, at the age of 68.
Great guy, amazing guy. I had the privilege to meet him. Funny, comedic, all-around gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
Words can't describe how much he's going to be missed because he actually supports the little guys. And when I say little guys, I mean us as independent filmmakers. He always had our backs. He always been there for people. He always helped people. He always gave people advice about the industry. And this guy was a walking encyclopedia of the film industry. And Angel, you will be missed. I missed the times where I was able to go to the comedy clubs with you while you're doing stand-up. It is tough. We're not going to have those moments where you clown everybody.
Hey man, he was in an episode of Sesame Street, okay?
Yeah.
So
never heard of him.
This is Scarface is a little bit before your time. So that was 1983. Also one of those badass 80s songs of all time too.
Yeah.
Was that the only thing he was really known for, was Scarface?
He had a few things. He had a fair number of things.
A few things, others, but
Carlito's Way.
Yeah.
But he's most known for that. Punchline, Last Comic Standing, like you just mentioned. Maniac Cop 2.
Mm-hmm.
So Boulevard Nights. Wow, I forgot about that one.
Yeah. But Rob, if you really got the chance to meet him, you will have a ball and you'll be laughing hysterically. Yeah. He was a fun guy. Like even running into him randomly.
Was he short?
Yes. Well, yeah.
I don't mean this in a bad way, but I could have imagined him as an Oompa Loompa.
Yeah,
and anyway,
his feet were at the ground though.
Yeah.
That's what matters most. Let's see. How tall was he? He was 6 foot.
No, you're not.
Wait, I'm sorry. No, wrong. Angel Salazar. That's the Kansas City Road. No, he was 5'3".
3, 5'2", 5'3".
That's actually, he's the funny thing. He was 5'3". Al Pacino's 5'6".
Yeah.
Pacino's only 5'6". Holy cow. That's like shorter than Tom Cruise. Or Stallone.
Say hello to my little friend.
Dude, Stallone is only 5'7". Nobody knows that. Yeah.
Oh, Stallone is 5'7"?
Apparently, yeah. I think
I'm taller than Stallone?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's my understanding. He's like, yeah.
Yeah. It's all about camera angle.
And Arnold is short, too.
No,
Yeah.
he's not.
Joe Pesci is short. Yeah. I've seen Joe Pesci in person.
Arnold's like 6'5".
What's that? Arnold's like 6'2", I think.
Or
6'2".
6'2".
Yeah, he's not.
Arnold's not short.
Well, not short, but he's not.
He's 6'2". Danny DeVito's 4'10". Holy cow, man!
Yeah, Danny DeVito's.
And that dude has made so much money out of being short.
Oh yeah.
You know, just like from the first episode of Taxi when nobody knew who he was, because he's sitting there in this big scene. He's up in this booth. He's sitting there yelling at everybody, and he's like, "And one more thing!" And he climbs down the stairs, and you see this little dude. He's sitting there talking to Judd Hirsch, who's like 6'1", and another thing. But the audience was not prepared for like this loud, angry, boisterous guy to be 4'10".
Yeah.
And at that point, the world, the entire like Hollywood industry, just took to Danny DeVito immediately.
Yeah.
You know, good career for that guy too. He's a Jersey dude in this case, but he's
we need more Jersey representation in Hollywood.
Darn straight, yo.
No, we need more Arkansas people. Woo!
You know what? Arkansas does deserve a little more love, but you know what it is? Filmmaking was born here in New Jersey.
Yeah.
You know, and unfortunately, New Jersey's only really known for like Jersey Shore or Sopranos, and the Italian thing. We got the whole Italian thing. Hey, you, me, hey, oh, A-E-I-O-U. You know, but it's like Meryl Streep is from here. Peter Dinklage is from here. You know,
Bruce Willis.
Oh yeah, Kevin. Oh yeah, Bruce Willis, Kevin Smith. Sure, but I mean, there's a laundry list of people that are from here.
Yeah.
But what does New Jersey do? They name one of the exits on the Garden State Parkway after Gandolfini. Not after Meryl Streep, not after Dinklage, but Gandolfini.
Also, we were going to touch on, but you never really did. Somebody said Jim Cummings should get a star on Hollywood.
Yeah, I did see that.
I think the way you get, if I'm not mistaken, I think the way you get the Hollywood Star Walk of Fame is you pay like $4,000, and then they pretty much give it to you.
That's all?
Something like that, yeah. You got to pay for it though.
You don't earn it?
You can't. You have to have the resume for it, but it's a bit of a cash grab, by my understanding.
Norman Reedus. I'm not saying his role as Daryl Dixon wasn't good, but I don't think he should have a Hollywood Star of Fame because of it. Or Macaulay Culkin's because of Home Alone got a star.
Okay.
Another day.
Okay, so basically, here's what it is. It's a 200. So you have to basically fit into one of 6 categories: picture, TV, recording, radio, theater, live, or sports. You know, criteria: professional achievement, longevity in 5 years or more. And here's where it gets in. It's $250 to submit an application, and then upon selection, do you want to take a guess of how expensive it is?
How expensive?
$75,000 per People magazine.
Yeah, so that's close.
$75,000.
So they have to pay the $75,000 in order to get a star?
Yeah, it's part of it.
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
So Norman Reedus paid $75,000 to have a star.
Or his people did, or something like that. Yeah.
Like who haven't got a star?
A lot of people.
I don't have one.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about like maybe like Robin Williams. Had he got a star?
He might have. Sometimes you can do posthumously. Like they're talking about that in this here too. Where in certain cases you can get a posthumous award, which is kind of makes sense. But the fact you got to pay $75,000 to get one.
That's
see, okay. Hashtag Kyle Walk of Fame.
Yeah.
You know.
So I could be a producer and a movie producer and get a Walk of Fame.
That would work because you're a producer in Hollywood movies. I mean,
we'll fundraise you $75,000 and get you a star.
But wait for it. I can almost guarantee. I wonder. Is there going to be some kind of a Walk of Fame for YouTubers and influencers? There's probably got to be something like that at some point.
Well, it says 5 years of. Wait.
Yeah. I mean, would they break the rules on something like that? Because now the rules are being blended a lot.
Yeah.
You know, where influencers are doing a lot more in Hollywood.
I mean, they are considered celebrities.
Now.
And a lot of them certainly have the 75 grand.
Right. I mean, like Mr. Beast, for example.
Yeah.
Well, that's another story for another time, ladies and gentlemen.
Here's the thing. Mr. Beast, I think, will absorb the damage that he's done. Robin asked me about it the other day. She's like, did you hear what happened with Mr. Beast? Can you explain that to me? It's like, if she knows what's going on with YouTubers, something's going on here.
And that's going to be another story for another episode, ladies and gentlemen.
Listen, if Jimmy wants to come on here and talk, believe me, I'm more than fine for it.
Yeah, let's have him. Jimmy, come on.
Mr. Beast. Come on, Jim.
Please, Jimmy, if you open on having a conversation with us on the show,
we know
we're open.
All right, Kyle, I've been thinking about this. I know James. I have his email. I haven't talked to him in a while. He is typically only available on Mondays in the afternoon because otherwise he's basically either working on content or basically raising his kids, which he keeps out of the spotlight.
Who do you have?
James Rolfe, Angry Video Game Nerd. Pretty much one of the first YouTubers. He was actually, I think, pretty much like our first YouTuber guest, and that was pre all of this. That was back on my Filmy app days. I'm available Mondays. Okay, I mean, James. Here's the thing with the YouTuber side of it that we've done in this case here with Dan and everybody else. I can reach out to James and see if he wants to talk probably movies, because in his particular case, he is a big movie file. He did a documentary on Rocky. He's a big Plan 9 from Outer Space guy. So I might be able to close him on that and see if he's willing to do it. But again, if his schedule is the same as it was previously, Mondays in the afternoon, we have to pre-record it. But by the way, fun fact, we talked about the ET. I have a picture somewhere. I'll see if I can find it. Movie James also. He's really passionate about that. He, last I knew, had 8 copies of ET, including one in German. He literally asked JT McGuire. He literally pulled it out on camera like this, and he had all stacked. We had the one. He just pulled a box of them out.
And matter of fact, sorry. Go ahead.
No, please.
No, because I was thinking about what if we invite another YouTuber by the name of Snarky J.
I don't know that one, but I've got this. Is like I said, this is something I think we're going to have to just do more of. Yeah. I will. Once I get a couple things in order, I do want to blow up the website, and I want to have a YouTuber spotlight, where we start doing actual written articles on some of these people too.
And I think it'd be great first, or I'll mention it after stream, but yeah.
But yeah, James, let me reach out to James. I literally thought about him yesterday and thought maybe I should reach out. So this timing is weird. So, all right. All right. Anything else, gentlemen?
That's pretty much it, sir.
Well, before we go, how'd your con go?
What are you talking about?
You just went to a con this weekend.
Oh, HorrorCon?
Yeah.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I just went to New Jersey HorrorCon on Saturday. Amazing event. Loads of celebrities, especially Taylor Maine, who was so Sabretooth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was there. You had JC, who played Jason. You had a bunch of people. And matter of fact, we're going to post a bunch of interviews on our YouTube show that I interviewed on YouTube. And some
including
Instagram.
Lamar from Revenge of the Nerds.
And also, I had the chance to interview someone from Saw.
Who was it?
I had the chance to interview Detective, the one that worked with Jigsaw.
Okay.
The detective.
I've never seen a Saw movie, but I know Tobin Bell is the only voice. Or I think Donnie Wahlberg was in a couple of those too.
Yeah, he was the character that the detective that was in what's the word I'm looking for? That's with hunting down Jigsaw.
Got it. Yeah, like I said, I never really saw the Jigsaw movies. So kind of not my cup of tea there.
I
like my limbs attached to me. So
exactly.
But all right, you want to take us out?
Yep.
All right. Go ahead, Rob.
That's day. Oh wait, hold on. And I'm Robert Manning, and this is Tales from the Film Set.
Wait. We gotta stop right there. Wait. We're gonna do it one more time, but this time
Once
without
more
the
with
laugh.
feeling.
Yes, Rob.
That's Scott. That's Day. And I'm Robert Manning, and this is Tales from the Film Set. Woo!